Gon Freaks is a 12-year-old boy raised on Whale Island who grew up believing his parents were dead until he learns that his father, Ging Freaks, is not only alive but is one of the world's greatest hunters. Hunters are elite individuals licensed to explore the unknown, capture dangerous criminals, uncover hidden treasure, and investigate mysteries ordinary people can't even reach. The moment Gon hears that his father chose the world over raising him, he doesn't get angry. Instead, he decides that if his father abandoned everything to chase this dream, then it must be a dream worth understanding. That's when Gon makes up his mind. He will become a hunter, find his father, and ask him why. Gon is fearless, wild-spirited, incredibly gifted physically, and has the type of natural instincts you'd expect from someone raised in nature. But during the hunter exam, he quickly learns that he isn't the only one with big ambitions. That's where he meets Kilua, Kurapika, and Leorio, three people who shape his journey in ways he never imagined. Kilua, Zoldyck, is a boy around Gon's age, but sharper, faster, and deadlier than any child should be. He's the heir to the infamous Zoldyck family of assassins, raised in a household where training means torture, affection means conditioning, and failure means punishment. Kilua wants nothing to do with his family's brutal legacy. Instead, he wants freedom, a normal life, and, most importantly, real friends. The moment he meets Gon, someone who treats him like a regular kid instead of an assassin, he feels a connection he's never felt before. Kilua hides his darkness behind a playful, cocky personality, but beneath that is a lonely kid craving a genuine bond. Kurapika comes from the Korta clan, a peaceful tribe with a rare trait. When moved by strong emotion, their eyes turn a deep scarlet, considered one of the most beautiful traits in existence. That beauty also led to their tragedy. The Phantom Troop, a feared group of criminals, massacred the entire clan and stole their scarlet eyes as trophies. Kurapika is the sole survivor, and he's driven purely by vengeance. His reason for becoming a hunter is simple: gain the tools, knowledge, and resources needed to track down the Phantom Troop and retrieve his clan's stolen eyes. Calm, intelligent, and composed on the outside, Kurapika hides a storm of grief and fury beneath the surface. Then there's Leorio, who comes off loud and greedy at first glance, but he has one of the biggest hearts. He wants to become a doctor so he can save lives, but medical school is outrageously expensive. Becoming a hunter gives him the money and status he needs to pursue that dream. His loudmouth personality hides the fact that he is deeply compassionate and sees Gon, Kilua, and Kurapika as younger brothers. These four form an unlikely but strong bond as they endure the brutal hunter exam, a test designed to break people mentally and physically. Throughout the exam, Gon's kindness, Kilua's deadly skill, Kurapika's intelligence, and Leori's loyalty all complement each other. But the turning point comes when Kilua, pushed to his limit and manipulated by his brother Illumi, snaps and kills another examinee, leading to his disqualification. Illumi, a cold, emotionless assassin from the Zoldyck family, brainwashed Kilua from childhood to believe he could never have friends or make choices on his own. After the exam, Gon goes to rescue Kilua from his family, risking his life by walking straight into the Zoldyck estate. And that act alone is enough to break Illumi's conditioning, allowing Kilua to choose his own path for the first time. After reuniting, Gon and Kilua head to Heaven's Arena, a giant battle tower where fighters earn money by climbing floors. Here, the boys encounter the concept of Nen, a form of life energy manipulation that becomes the backbone of the entire series. Their teacher, Wing, explains aura types, Nen categories, and abilities that hunters need to survive. Gon and Kilua quickly realize how small they truly are in a world filled with terrifying individuals. Kurapika, meanwhile, continues his path of vengeance, training intensively until he becomes a Nen specialist when his eyes turn scarlet. He gains abilities specifically designed to fight the Phantom Troop, chains that can even restrict a spider, the name given to members of the troop. His resolve is absolute. He will punish the troop even at the cost of his life. When the story enters York New City, everything becomes more dangerous and emotionally intense. Kurapika reunites with Gon, Kilua, and Leorio, pretending everything is fine. But inside, he's preparing to confront the troop. The Phantom Troop appears in full, a group of terrifyingly powerful criminals led by Krollo Lucifer, a calm, deadly man capable of stealing other people's NN abilities. Every member of the troop is dangerous enough to wipe out an army, and yet Kurapika still steps into their world alone. Through strategy, sacrifice, and his own Nen restrictions, he manages to capture Krollo, placing a Nen chain around his heart that prevents him from using abilities. This moment defines Kurapika's strength, but it also pushes him deeper into a life consumed by revenge. After York New, Gon and Kilua travel to Greed Island, a video game-based island designed by Gon's father. Here they meet Biscuit Kruger, a strict but hilarious NN master who helps them refine their abilities. Greed Island also brings Gon closer to his father, while deepening his bond with Kilua. Gon learns more about Nen, improves his combat skills, and gets clues about Ging's location. But nothing compares to the darkest and most emotionally devastating arc, the Chimera Ant arc. This is where the show shifts from adventure to tragedy. A mutated ant queen gives birth to Chimera ant soldiers mixed with human traits, and soon, an entire army emerges, each capable of Nen and each increasingly dangerous. The situation becomes catastrophic when the king, Meruem, is born. He is overwhelmingly powerful, intelligent, and initially merciless, killing without hesitation. Gon and Killua witness the horrors caused by the ants, and Gon especially begins to crack emotionally after learning what happened to Kite, his mentor and friend, who was manipulated and turned into a puppet. Gon's guilt, grief, and rage slowly transform him into someone unrecognizable. Killua becomes Gon's emotional anchor. His loyalty becomes absolute, and he risks everything to protect Gon, even as Gon spirals into darkness. Meanwhile, Meruem meets Komugi, a blind girl who excels in a strategy game called Gungi. Through her, he learns about humanity, compassion, and vulnerability. His relationship with Komugi becomes the emotional heart of the arc, showing that even the strongest monster could learn to love. Gon eventually sacrifices everything, his future, his potential, and even his life energy, in exchange for enough power to destroy Neferpitou, the ant responsible for Kite's suffering. This transformation is one of the most haunting moments in the entire anime. Afterward, Killua protects Gon's lifeless body, refusing to give up on him. He later seeks out his little sister Aluka, whose mysterious powers allow her to heal Gon in exchange for completing dangerous requests. Killua's love for Gon reaches its peak here, showing how deeply their friendship runs. Finally, the election arc brings closure. The story shifts to the Hunter Association, where Chairman Netero's death leads to a chaotic election. Leorio returns, Kurapika faces the burden of his clan's eyes, and Gon, finally healed, sets off to find Ging. Their reunion is simple but powerful. Ging acknowledges Gon's journey, telling him the point of adventure is not the goal, but the experiences along the way. By the end, each of the main characters stands at a crossroads. Gon searching for purpose without Nen, Killua traveling with Aluka to give her the freedom she deserves, Kurapika drowning in grief as he hunts for the remaining Scarlet Eyes, and Leorio pursuing medicine while rising in the Hunter Association. Hunter x Hunter isn't just about strength or battles, it's about childhood, trauma, loyalty, revenge, loss, and the bittersweet reality of growing up. It's a story of how four very different people meet, change each other, and discover their paths in a world far bigger and more dangerous than they ever imagined.